practicing of Kru Jak Silat does actually develop your entire life, the way you live it, not just the way you can defend yourself. And that, I think, is one of the big differentiators between true Kru Jak Silat and other styles that are becoming an hour a week, twice a week to jump up and down and throw some punches and kicks, which is a little bit different. So you do find the Silat exponents are very, very dedicated, because it does take so long to learn.
Yeah. Now, what are you holding here?
This is one of my gurus, Chris. It's a typical bulu handle from Malaysia. The bird's head, as you can see, if you look closely at the carving. Now, every Chris is different. And this is what we consider a fighting Chris. The weight inside the blade and the handle is perfectly balanced for fighting.
Whereas the other Chris's are for friendship and
friendship, ceremonial, and different jobs. Okay. You see a beautiful Chris here.
That is quite nice. Now, would that be typical for Malay, or would that also be for Southern Thailand?
Oh, from Southern Thailand through to Malaysia and into Indonesia, of course. Yeah. I mean, different.
Does the art exist in Singapore as well?
It does, yes, because it's right across the archipelago. Different areas have got different ways of using their Chris.
This one can grab, this one can stab, you know, and the whole thing is you can cut, you can stab the whole part, any angle. And this is also a weapon. Yeah, you can hear it.
Mr. Ed, when I was a kid growing up in New York, and I wasn't always a good kid, and I also practiced a little knife fighting, and the knife had a button.
Oh yes, the thick knife. Yes. We don't have any of those in the Silat world.
Now, with that knife that I had there, it was only about this long, and I guess you could stab somebody or slice them, and most of the time it broke because we used to buy them in Chinatown. No offense to Chinese people. But tell me what's different about this knife. Now, can I only stab with this? Or what?
No. Probably the biggest difference is the workmanship that goes into Chris. Because when it's been designed, it is designed on the principle that every part of it can damage you. So even inside here, you can still use part of the handle without even taking it from the sheath. Once you put it out, of course you've got the edge, which is never that sharp, but the blade is often poisoned, so even a cut is going to kill you. Not instantly, but over time. The tip, again, it is very strong, so it is built for stabbing, for piercing. And then up closer to the handle, you do see there's a little edge here, which is good for protecting your knuckles, but also very good for tearing or ripping through the mouth or across the throat. This is actually an interesting one of the most unique aspects of the Chris is one of the strikes, which is to use this tip here before rotating the blade a full 180 degrees before opening up that tear further with the edge of the blade here. The handle, the sarong, again is great for punching, but also for trapping. And when you see the Chris on the floor, no matter which way it falls, it will always form some nasty part you've had to step on it or fall on it. Every part of the Chris is a weapon.
Now, if you are stabbed with a poisoned Chris, should you induce vomiting?
I don't think that's really going to help you much.
No. Okay, so I guess once again, be careful at home.
Just draw a line here, okay? Draw a line here. You can see air holes. Yeah. Now, when you stab through, you're twisting it 180 into the blade, and you stop, right? Now, the organs after the body will hold on to the blade, okay? Expelling the air out. So stop. Pull out, everything will come. And add a series of eyeballs. We'll retry it on a big goat.
8 kilo goat, yeah.
Stab through it, pull out, everything goes. No, I've never stabbed anybody with this before. I don't know what him.
Only banana trunks.
I heard about you Australians when you start drinking beer.
Alright, this is fighting grace, feel it.
Man.
The weight.
When you hold this knife, there is no doubt in your mind this was designed for one purpose only.
But you do feel it's for stabbing.
Yeah, it's for stabbing. Yeah, definitely for stabbing.
And that's why that handle, the pistol grip as it's sometimes called, is so unique, because it is built for stabbing. Whereas when you stab with a blade, with your old Chinatown knife, it feels relatively awkward.
Yeah, it's very natural.
Very straightforward punch with a twist.
Yeah. And you got, I guess, this little hook here you can use for trapping the blade, trapping someone else's blade.
Don't really use that part other than to rip in here.
Okay.
That aspect there is not important. It's this one here.
I was thinking of next movie I make. Oh, that's going to happen in the next movie I make. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to show you so you can see what you meant by stabbing with this and cutting.
And with the other side.
This is a target. Okay, this one will pierce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tear it, and it goes and make the wound bigger by slicing.
Wow.
That's what I mean. Chris is really unique to the Malaysian Malay world. Whether it's like me, I'm Japanese Malay. My ancestors come from the other side, but there's no doubt Indonesia is fantastic at making Chris. But when it comes to the Chris art, I have yet to see a great Chris master, player, you name it, from music.
Really?
Yeah. They created other weapons. Chris, the great makers of Chris. You see, the art lives in the Malaysian Malay world because of great warriors who, like Hang Tuah, is famous for Chris, so everybody look up to him. Unfortunately, he beat a big man on the other side, which is Tamingsari, a famous Japanese warrior. So after Tamingsari went down to Hang Tuah, like the whole Japanese world kind of like, actually Hang Tuah was using Japanese grace too, Tamingsari. So there's some, but that's very unfortunate. Yeah. I'm not saying that Indonesians do not know how to use the grace, but I would say randomly, I would say easily 50% of the art's been lost. So that's why you see a lot of demos or a lot of championships in Silat. Malaysians will normally win on so-called the seni part, the art part, where they used to grace. Indonesian would use parang, swords, the Tai Chi swords. There's so much crisscross over there that because that's the thing with Indonesia, they call every martial art Silat.
Yeah.
So this Kung Fu is still Silat. But again, of course, there are still, like Chimani styles, old styles, still secrets. But being a villager, suppressed.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.